Hi guys. Welcome back to Inside 201. Today we are going to talk about IPA and consonants. This will be set 2.2. We are going to. This is about phonetics. Okay. So I got these two pictures from California, LA, California. I just saw there are some IPA symbols on the door, so I took a picture of them. It's very interesting. Okay. Before we go into the real content, I want to show you this YouTube video. This singer, Placido Domingo, was singing a Taiwanese folk song. Okay, you can go to this part. Let's go. This is a very beautiful song. I really like it. Okay, that's it. Just to let you try some flavor about this song. And Domingo is singing this song. Later, I'm going to tell you the secret of him singing this song. Here's a hint. He is looking at this paper. Do you think he is reading the lyrics? No, I don't think so, because the lyrics may be in Chinese characters, right? And then what he is looking at, I'm going to tell you the answer later. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to some review about phonetics. Phonetics is the study of actual physical representations of human languages. When we talk about spoken languages, then we are studying the actual physical sounds. And when we talk about sign languages, then we are studying actual physical gestures. On the other hand, we have mental representations of human languages as well. We got physical ones, right? This part will be phonology. We are going to talk about more about the mental representations of sounds when we touch upon phonology. But now I can show you the distinction right away. So, but before that, let's talk about this symbol. When we have this slash, then we are using mental representations, or sometimes we call it phonological representations. And if we have this squared square brackets, then we are talking about phonetic representations. Okay, so for this word, there's no P sound here. So our mental representation would be something like this. Okay. However, when we actually pronounce this word, we have a P sound here. Hamster, hamster, right? So somehow when we do the pronunciation, there's a P sound. But in your mind, this P sound does not exist. So this is the actual physical representation, and this is the mental representation. And there are three subfields: articulatory phonetics, acoustic phonetics, and auditory phonetics. Sound production, sound quality, and sound perception. Okay. Why do we need to use IPA? The question is, why is the written system not good enough? Okay. There are two reasons. First of all, sometimes the written system would be totally opaque to sounds. For example, if you are studying a language like Chinese, we have Chinese characters. These characters tell you nothing about sounds. And what is worse is that sometimes the same character, this guy, for example, this guy and this guy, will have two different pronunciations. Here we got pian, here we got bian, right? Two different sounds. And if we have an alphabetic languages, if we have an alphabetic language, for example, English, the situation is not better. For example, we got all these T's, all the T's here, right? But we have different pronunciations of T. Here we got time. Yeah, here we got study, the sound for T. And then we have try, ch for T. And we have button, this sound for T. And we have nation. We have she for T. And this guy is interesting. Hot dog. The T sound is not there in the actual pronunciation. So if we want to study sounds, then we need to have a customized system describing speech sounds. Okay. This is the IPA. Okay. Speech is described using the International Phonetic Alphabet. Actually, whenever I talk about IPA, I feel thirsty. You know why, right? This IPA is really good as well. Okay, this is a standardized set of symbols, and there is one-to-one correspondence between symbol and sound, which means that if we have one symbol, then this symbol must represent a specific sound. From the other direction, if we have a sound, then this sound must be represented by an unambiguous symbol. Okay. In this lecture, we are going to focusing on consonants, and we are going to talk about vowels in the next lecture. But let's talk about the difference between them first. The difference between them is that when the airstream is not constricted, and we got consonants. On the other hand, when we produce some sounds with the airstream not constricted, then we have vowels. Okay. Okay, we can talk about IPA consonants now. So we can classify consonants using 3 dimensions. Actually, this is very similar to the situation when you go to a pizza store and you want to order pizza. You'll say, what kind of cheese do you like? What kind of meat do you like? What kind of vegetable do you like? You have some choice from the cheese, right? You have some choice for the meat. And same thing. So the sounds are classified in a similar manner. For voicing, we have 2 choices, 2 options. In place of articulation, we have several choices. Manner of articulation, we have these choices as well. This is just an overview. We are going to go into this in details. Okay. I just found this video from Dr. Ivan Ashworth. So he would be the guest lecturer for today, and I got his permission to use this video. So let's watch this video together.
Hey everybody, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So today we will be talking about articulatory phonetics. This is the study of how speech sounds are produced in the vocal tract. All of our articulators in our vocal tracts must work in concert to produce just one speech sound. This is to say
there will be a quiz on the name of these articulators.
Say nothing of the complexity of these motor routines.
So you have to be familiar with all these names and the position, okay?
In casual speech. So just a note, we will be focusing on the phonetics of spoken languages and more specifically consonant sounds in North American English in this video. So what's the difference between consonants and vowels, you might ask? Well, basically, consonants involve some constriction of airflow, whereas vowels do not. When linguists describe consonant sounds, we use 3 criteria: voicing, place of articulation, and manner of articulation. Let's talk about each of these in turn. Voicing, or state of the glottis, refers to what the vocal folds are doing. When air passes through open vocal folds, we call these voiceless sounds. When air passes through vibrating vocal folds, we call these voiced sounds. You can feel the difference between voiced and voiceless sounds by putting your hand right here on your Adam's apple if you're a male, or where your Adam's apple would be if you're a female. So produce these 2 sounds in succession. S, z, s, z. Which one produces the vibration? You should feel that z produces a vibration, so it's a voiced sound, whereas s does not produce the vibration, so it's a voiceless sound. Place of articulation refers to where in the vocal tract the constriction of airflow takes place. Bilabial sounds are produced with both lips, like p, b, m. Labiodental sounds are produced with the upper teeth and the lower lip, such as f, v. Interdental sounds are produced with the tongue in between the upper and lower teeth, such as th, th. Alveolar sounds are produced with the tongue at or near the ridge right behind the upper front teeth, such as t, d, s. Palatal sounds are produced at the hard palate or the roof of the mouth, such as sh, zh, y. Velar sounds are produced at the velum, or soft palate, such as k, g. And glottal sounds are produced at the glottis, or the space between the vocal folds, such as h, or the catch in the throat, as in Batman. Manner of articulation refers to how the airflow is constricted in the vocal tract. Stop sounds result from a complete constriction of airflow, followed by a release of that air, such as p, t, k, b, d, g. Fricatives are sounds produced when the tongue approaches but does not make contact with a place of articulation, causing a bottleneck of the airflow. And this gives the sound a friction-like quality, such as v, f, z, sh. Affricates result from a sequence of stop plus fricative in rapid succession. So the affricate ch represents t plus sh, just as the affricate j results from d plus j. Nasal sounds are produced when the velum is lowered, allowing air to pass through the nasal cavity, such as mm, ng. Liquid sounds are produced by allowing air to pass by one or both sides of the tongue, and the tongue itself can move a lot to shape the sound, such as ul, Glide sounds are produced with very little constriction of airflow, so little, in fact, that they are often referred to as semivowels, such as w, y. And finally, we have tap sounds. Tap sounds involve a rapid flick of the tongue to some place of articulation. In North American English, we only really have one tap, and that's at the alveolar ridge. You can hear the tap sound in the word butter, butter. Now notice where we write it with two T's in English that your tongue is producing a tap sound there rather than a full stop or plosive sound. So in North American English you say butter. Now as compared to in received pronunciation where you say butter, that involves a full t stop. Okay, we've discussed these three criteria for describing consonant sounds: voicing, place of articulation, and manner of articulation. And when linguists talk about a consonant sound, they do so in that order. So, for example, the sound b is considered a voiced bilabial stop. S is a voiceless alveolar fricative. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. So please check out our other videos, including articulatory phonetics and vowels, and also how to navigate the International Phonetic Alphabet. See you later.
Okay. This is a very clear lecture, maybe the best one I have ever seen. Okay, so I decided to ask his permission to use this instead of make one by myself. It works for you, I think. Okay. Okay. The following is the summary of the features of voicing, voiceless, and voiced, and some examples. Okay. Place of articulation, some examples. The manner of articulations with some examples as well. We are not going to talk about the IPA chart in detail in this lecture, but I want to show you this link so that you can play with this interactive IPA chart. So we got consonants, vowels, and something else. Okay, let's focus on this guy here, consonant chart. Okay. So if you go to each symbol on the top, we have a description. For example, T, we got voiceless here. We got voiceless alveolar plosive. Okay, plosive is identical to stop. Okay, you can play with this IPA chart. It's interactive because because of this. It speaks. Okay, and there will be a bonus project, a very easy one, related to this chart. You are going to see what this bonus project is in the next video. Okay, thank you. See you later. Bye bye.